Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is going to be another video in my wedding series, which is super exciting. As you guys can see by the title, this is going to be everything that I have thrifted for the wedding. So my wedding has been and gone now. It was a couple of months ago actually, which is crazy how fast time has gone. But I wanted to share with you guys everything that I managed to find either in the op shops or on Facebook Marketplace that was to do with the wedding, because literally you guys can't even see how much is like in front of me. Obviously you can see these, you can't even see the frames that are on the bed. Like, there is just stuff everywhere covering the floor. I will have to look down at my phone for prices, and also because there are other things that I thrifted that I no longer have that I bought for the wedding, so I might save all of those for the end. There is so much to get through in this video, so yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this. I'm so excited. So obviously if you guys have been keeping up with my wedding series, then some of this you would have already seen, and if you watched my wedding thrift with me, then obviously a lot of this will be a double up. I just wanted to do like a whole separate video and just really show you guys what you can get in the op shops if you are planning your wedding, or you're getting engaged soon, or you know someone that is getting married. Like, there is so much secondhand that you guys can find, and a lot of the stuff Phil and I are going to be selling on as well. Some of it we are going to keep, but a lot of it we're going to sell. I might start off with something that you can kind of get early on in the wedding planning stage, and that is just simply a planner. So I actually had two planners and a ring binder. So I had a normal planner from Kmart, which was like quite specific with like details and whatnot, but I found this one in the op shop, which is kind of like an all-round wedding journal. So this one here is just called My Wedding Journal. I have no idea where it's originally from, but I just thought this was such a great find, and I actually have seen quite a few other like planners and stuff in the op shops that are to do with weddings, so they're very easy to find. It's got little like pockets for things like this, and then it's got wedding photograph that goes here, and then this journal belongs to Paige and Phil, and then it's got these really nice like big color spreads, and down the side it's got different sections. So it's got the story of us, the preparations, our bridal party, the bachelorette party, the ceremony, the reception, our lasting memories, and then a photo album. So it's got a photo album at the back. I just think the graphics in this are absolutely stunning. It's got little quotes as well, and then it's got like areas where you can write stuff. So I've like gone through and like filled this out with like just bits and pieces. I did this as like an after the wedding thing, but you could easily do it as you go. Some of them are blank because we didn't do them, but like it's just nice to have like an all-round kind of journal of everything. This one did have a little bit of twinking in from whoever had it before us, but I just thought this was absolutely stunning. Yeah, I've kind of got this, and then the other planner, which is a little bit more messy, and then I also had a ring binder for like all our invoices and stuff. Definitely recommend a planner to start off with, but yeah, you can easily find them in the op shops. All of this stuff is like a mixture of stuff I found in Auckland and Hawke's Bay, and obviously online as well. This planner here I found in the Cranford Hospice shop in Napier, and this was only $2 for this gorgeous planner, so you best believe I grabbed it, and now it just usually lives on my desk up here. Next up, I'm going to show you guys my wedding shoes. So I might start with like things to wear and then go into all the decor, I think. So I bought my wedding shoes on Facebook Marketplace. I knew I wanted to thrift my wedding shoes. I actually ended up having two pairs of shoes. I had a pair of heels, which I'm about to show you, and a pair of flats. So the heels that I got are just these ones here. So they are absolutely stunning. I'll show you guys one of them. These I actually am going to be keeping, but it's just this gorgeous heel here with like this lace peep toe over the front. It's like this just red base, and then it's got a gold plating here, and then it just kind of does up like this. They are actually a little bit dirty now that I look at them, so I probably should give them a bit of a clean, but I knew that I wanted white heels and shoes. Again, very easy to thrift. Even in store there were like quite a lot of nice ones that I found that you could easily use for your wedding. These I bought on Facebook Marketplace for $40, and they were super duper comfy as well, and then they had this cute little like flower detailing here. And then the last thing that I bought that you can kind of wear essentially is just this really nice bridal robe. So it's just white, it says bride on the back in this little silvery curvaceous font. It's in a size large, but it fit me literally fine, and I just wore this when I was getting ready with my girls in the morning. They all wore like pink ones, and I just wore this one here. It did come with the little tie as well, and this I just found in the Howder Hospice. Oh, that was in Taranaki actually, and this was only $4, so very very affordable. My girls ones I bought full price, and they were $70 each, so considering I got mine for $4, I definitely saved some money in that area. And again, I've seen quite a few bridal robes in the op shops as well. Hopefully I'm in kind of the same position. My battery just died, so I have just changed it over to my other one. So yeah, then we pretty much move into the decor essentially. So I have an entire bag full, and then I've also just got stuff absolutely everywhere. So I might start off with jars. So Phil and I did a candy bar at our reception instead of doing wedding favors, so I just bought a heap of jars to put all the lollies in. I wanted them to be like a good enough size for photos, but not too big so that we had to end up spending a lot on lollies. So I got 3 of these jars here. These ones were $6 for all 3 from the Cranford Hospice shop in Hastings. So I'll show you guys one of them. So we have kind of like a mix of different jars to kind of create a bit of texture and add a little bit of interest. But this is quite a good size. It had a white lid, and then yeah, you can fit quite a lot in these. We wanted them to be able to seal properly as well, because our reception was in a marquee outside, so we didn't want any bugs getting into them, and just so that they didn't go stale and go off and whatnot. All of the jars obviously we rinsed out prior to filling them with lollies, just because they were secondhand. Op shops are literally full of jars, so whether you actually need jars for like your kitchen at home or you need jars for a wedding, the op shop's got plenty. So again, from the Cranford in Hastings, I think we actually got these the same time we got those other ones. We got 2 of these little jars here with black lids. So these obviously are a crazy different shape to these ones here. I actually can't remember what lollies we put in what, but you guys will have seen in my week before the wedding vlog, and I obviously will overlay like some pictures and stuff as I'm talking about things. They're just a good little size. These were only $1 for both of them, so that's really good. And I know that these jars specifically usually come with coffee in them at the supermarket, because Phil uses their coffee. Next up we have this jar, which is the tallest jar that we got. Now this one's quite cool. It's got like writing on it here. I don't know what it says, and then it's got little like leaves. I don't know if you can see. And then the lid is quite cool. This one was the biggest jar that we had, and I wanted to get a big jar for like big lollies. These ones we ended up putting chocolate fish in, so that was good. It fit them really really well. And this one was $4 from the Cranford Hospice in Napier. And then the last jar that we got is just this really cute one. So this one is like a square one. This was only $1 from the Cranford Hospice shop in Hastings again. And yeah, I just really like this. It's really small and cute. This is probably one of the ones that I will keep, just because it is really small and cute. And then I guess the other thing that I'll show you guys that we bought for the candy bar is just this little thing here. So it's just like little tongs that you can easily grab at things. So I know we had obviously the chocolate fish. We also had marshmallows and like jet planes. So I think people used those to grab with these. And then we had like M&Ms, so we just used like a spoon for those. So these were great, came in handy. I'm actually going to keep these to use for marshmallows for our little coffee station in our kitchen. This was only 50 cents from the Cranford Hospice shop in Napier, so it really just pulled the whole candy bar together. So next up we'll do something that I bought on Facebook Marketplace. So Phil and I bought a little pack here. It came with the slicer, and it also came with the cake knife. So a bit of a story with the cake knife. So after Phil and I cut our cake, the handle actually snapped off of the cake knife, which sucked, but like we'd got through the first cut, so that was all that matters. So we don't actually have the cake knife anymore because that broke, so that's in the bin. We have the little slicer, and they are quite cute with the little handle. It's not glass, it's like plastic. Luckily it was strong enough to actually cut the cake, because when I bought it the lady was like, oh, they will only slice through really soft cakes. So I was like, ooh. But they looked really, really nice on the actual cake table, and the set was $20, probably a little bit pricey for what this is. Practicality wasn't too great. Next up, I will show you guys some baskets. So I'll start off with this little flower girl basket. So if you've been following my wedding vlogs, then you'll know we didn't actually end up having a flower girl. We have little girls on Phil's side of the family, but the families that have the little girls, they didn't bring them to the wedding. So this didn't actually get used, but I have seen so many of these in the op shop, so they are super duper easy to find. But I thought this was just like the perfect little size. You could easily tie like a little white ribbon across the top. And this one was only $3 from Habitat for Humanity in Panmure, I believe, which is kind of over like the east side of Auckland. It did have some like little twigs on the end of it, but I just cut them off, and yeah, it looks really, really cute. And I really liked this shade of wood. I thought it was really, really nice. Next up, we have this basket, which I absolutely love, and I will actually be keeping this after, I say after the wedding, as if the wedding hasn't already been and gone, after I filmed this video. But it's this really nice kind of like rattan style tray. I actually reckon this originally was from Kmart. I've seen ones very similar in Kmart, and I really liked this kind of rich wood, and it'll go really nice in our kitchen as well. Actually, we've got a lot of this kind of vibe, which you guys may or may not have seen in my moving vlogs. I don't actually know when things are going up, but I have been filming the whole moving process. This one we actually ended up using on our candy bar table, so we put like the little bags and then the little stickers in here, and it just looked really, really cute and organized, and just so that things didn't get dropped or didn't get messy. So this basket was $5 from the Dove Hospice in East Auckland as well. They have really, really nice baskets, and again, baskets are so easy to thrift. If you need a basket, even not for like your wedding, like for around home, go to the op shops because they are loaded. And then the last basket that I want to share with you guys is this one. Again, it is pretty much the exact same shade of wood as this one here, and again, this is one of the items that I will be keeping, but I just think this is super duper cute. I love the little handles. It's a very, very sturdy basket as well. It's in really, really good nick as well. And this one Phil and I used for our little bathroom emergencies kit, which went into obviously the bathrooms at our reception. I did a whole video on this bathroom emergencies kit, so if you missed that, I will leave that down below and in the eye for you guys as well. And this was again $5 from the Dove Hospice in East Auckland. Next up, I might do something that we actually got for free. Now, we got these from someone from our church who had their wedding and used these, and it was actually something that Phil and I wanted for our wedding, but we just hadn't got around to getting yet. And that is just these really cute little reserved seating kind of like tag things. So you always want to put down reserved seating in like the front 2 rows at the ceremony for your close family, so like any siblings, any parents of the people getting married, because sometimes people go and sit in those seats and they don't realize that those seats are already kind of saved. These ones have got little like hangers on them, but Phil and I just laid them flat on the seat. So yeah, we had a good array. We didn't actually end up using all of these, so I'll go through them. This seat is kindly reserved for the sister of the groom, which we didn't use because Phil's an only child. Niece of the bride, because I'm the oldest and my sisters don't have kids. Aunt of the bride, actually I could have used that, but I didn't. Brother-in-law of the bride, again none of my sisters are married. Niece of the bride, again didn't use. Nephew of the bride, again didn't use. And then there was 2 sisters of the brides, which we used because I've got 2 younger sisters. Mother of the bride and father of the bride, obviously there was those. And then I don't know where they've gone, but there was also a mother and father of the groom as well. I thought they were in this little thing, but they must have got lost when we were coming back up to Auckland. So there was also those 2 as well. So yeah, that was super duper cute, and it kind of went with our whole like rustic theme. Our theme for the wedding was just very like autumnal and rustic. Everything actually worked so well together. I was a little bit worried, but it just all pulled through together. I have this easel, which goes this way to start off with. Now these are great. Again, I found so many of these in the op shop, but it's that kind of like dark wood, which again matches the baskets really well. This one we actually used for this sign, which I'll talk about in a second, on our guest book table, and it looked really nice. The easel was like a little bit wobbly, but you can easily just tighten it because the screws are just coming a little bit loose, and that's all. I just thought this was super duper cute. This was $4 from the Salvation Army in Hastings. Really cute. It is cracking ever so slightly on the bottom here, but like you can't even tell if it's from far away. Apologies if you can hear the chainsaw in the background. They're like cutting down trees today. I've also just pulled the blind down behind camera because the guy outside is doing the chainsaw and it's just not a vibe. So the next decor piece I have is this cute little white wicker heart. Now it's not perfect, like some of the wicker is definitely like pulling off. I don't know if you guys can see, but I just thought this was super duper cute. It came with this little hanger, and this we ended up actually just tying under one of our easels that had, I think it was either our welcome sign or our seating chart, just to kind of add a little bit of something to it, and I just thought it was super duper cute. This one again you can find in like so many op shops. I've seen quite a few of these floating around. You could possibly even make this yourself if you're like quite into like DIYs and all that stuff and quite creative. But this one here was just $4 from the Salvation Army in Napier. So next up I'll do some stuff that I found on Facebook Marketplace. So we found this cute little Mr. and Mrs. sign. Now I just thought this was so adorable, and I knew that I wanted one of these to put on our head table in front of Phil and I. So we had a really long head table, and then our other tables at our reception were rounded, so we set these in front of us, and I just thought they were super duper cute. So yeah, they're just like little block. Again, you could quite easily make this yourself if you've got the time and you're really into DIYs. Otherwise there are heaps of these on Facebook Marketplace, so that's where I got mine. It was only $5. And then also from the same seller I also bought this, which again is really lovely and is what I sat on this easel. So we kind of had it sitting like this on our guest book table, and it looked really good and held it up really well. So this just says please sign our guest book, and then just this is block letters and this is cursive. Again, you could quite easily DIY this yourself if you're quite creative, but I'm not very good with like lettering and all that stuff, and I did not feel confident, so I just bought this off of Facebook. This was $13, and yeah, super cute and really added to like our wooden theme. And then the last thing that I bought from that seller are the things you can see in the background. So I bought these two letter boards. These originally are from Kmart, but if you watched my Kmart wedding shop with me, I tried to find these in Kmart and they were out of stock of them for so long, so I managed to find them on Facebook, but I believe Kmart's got them back in stock now, and these are great. So we got both of them. We weren't sure if we were going to need both, but we did end up using both of them. So it was $16 for the two, and then we also got given a whole heap of letters. Some of the letters have like fallen off these signs as we were carting them back to Auckland, but we used this one for our candy bar. So our candy bar says grab a bag, fill with lollies, seal it up, take it home, thank you for coming. Now Rachel actually put this one together and she did a really good job. And then we used the other one for our dance floor rules. So this one I put together. So we had dance floor rules. Oh, the owl's falling down. 1, should always be occupied. 2, good or bad dancing welcome. 3, singing along required. 4, personal space is frowned upon. 5, dance like no one is watching. So obviously we're missing some letters, but yeah, that was super duper cute. They just come in handy all the time. Phil and I are actually going to be keeping these for like parties and stuff that we throw. Now another thing I found on Facebook Marketplace is this little wedding garter. So I bought this from a lady who had like 5 of them, I think. So I got this one, which is kind of like a creamy white with like these pearls on it. Now I actually didn't end up using this. We weren't going to use it at the wedding. It was going to be like something for after the wedding for Phil and I, but we were so exhausted thrifted after the wedding, so I didn't actually grab this out of my bag. I completely forgot about it, and then I saw it a couple days later. But I wanted a garter because I feel like it's such like a wedding tradition, whatever. And this one was only $7 from Facebook, so it hadn't been used. The lady had made them. The next thing that I bought from Facebook Marketplace are these cute little stickers here. Now I've just tried to fold it round because like I haven't actually cut them to like be where we're at, but they are just these cute little thank you stickers. So they're in the shape of a heart, they say thank you, and they've just got little like flowers on them. So I bought these from a lady who had like a whole heap of different ones, but I thought the thank yous would be really cute on our candy bar table, so we used these to seal up the candy bar bags, and then Phil and I are actually going to use these when we send out our thank yous because we still need to do that. These were super duper cute. I literally thought they were perfect being in the shape of a heart. I didn't actually realize they were in the shape of a heart when I purchased them, and these were only $4, and there was 100 stickers in here, so we're definitely going to keep these and try and get through them. You could easily find cute little stickers like that in like stationery shops as well. So that's everything that's in the bag, and then I've got a few more items here to show you guys, and then I'll go through all of the items that we no longer have. This here was the first thing that I ever thrifted for our wedding, and it is just these cute little glasses here. So you've got one that says bride, that's gonna fall on my leg, and then this one here that says groom. So Phil and I had these combined with another wine glass, and we ended up using these for just cocktails, and yeah, it was super duper cute, a nice little touch, and they're a really cute style, so we're gonna be keeping these. They came in this little thing here, and I just put bubble wrap over top of it because it didn't actually come with a lid. These I found in the Cranford Hospice shop in Napier, and they were only $4. And again, I have seen cups like this in the op shops as well, like specific wedding ones, so you can find like heaps of these in the op shops. We got a lot of compliments on how cute the cups were as well. Alrighty, next I might do all of the frames that you guys can see up here. So we got all of these frames off of Facebook Marketplace from a lady who was doing them as a school fundraiser, and it was $20 for the 4, so it was a great deal. So the first one that we got is this one here. Sorry, you're going to be able to see my ring light in these because it's reflective. This one was pretty much gold when we bought it, but I just touched it up with gold paint so that it would look a little bit better. So this we used for our welcome to our ceremony sign, and then we switched it at the reception to the welcome to the reception sign because we realized that we were one frame too short and we didn't have enough time to get another one. So but it worked out, and I just thought the frame was absolutely stunning. So yeah, this is kind of how our signage looked, and yeah, it just looked really, really good. And then we have this frame here. So this frame was actually originally silver, same with the other one that I'm going to show you next, but in one of my wedding vlogs I DIY'd them to be gold because gold matched our theme and we had like no silver in our theme. So this one we used as our seating chart, and I'm super duper happy with how this one came out as well. It's like the perfect size, and they fit really, really nice on the easels that we had as well. And this is that next frame that I was telling you guys about. So this was our highlighting your favorite Bible verse frame, which sat on the same table as our candy bar, so that came out really, really good. And then this last frame we didn't end up using, but it was like this kind of red burgundy one. We were going to get our bar menu printed in this and sitting at like the bar down the bottom, but even the printing shop that we went to that printed all the other stuff and sized them to those frames, this was such an awkward size frame that they couldn't actually size it, and we had to do it ourselves, and I just didn't know how to do that. So Phil and I didn't end up using this one. We just put like the bar menu in like a little frame from Kmart. So next up from Facebook Marketplace, I also bought this cute little ring box. So it's got a little heart cut out on the front, and then it's got a lace trim, and I just thought the wooden ring box would go perfectly with our theme. It looked really, really nice in the photos, and then it has this little latch here, and then this is how it looks. So it is super duper cute. I've got this in like my little keepsakes box here of like wedding stuff. But this one was $10 from Facebook Marketplace. I looked everywhere for a ring box, and surprisingly it was very, very difficult to find a nice one. I looked in so many op shops, so definitely if you're after a nice ring box, I feel like Etsy is a good place to look, or on Facebook Marketplace. Sorry if you can hear that chainsaw in the background. I feel like they're around the front of the house now, so it's like not too far away. So next up I'm going to show you guys a glass as well that I didn't end up using, but I really wanted to use. So if you guys watched my prepping my bridesmaids boxes, I got all of my girls personalized glasses for the wedding. So this is my one here. So my one just says bride in like a gold font. Now I wanted to use these on the wedding morning to have bubbles with my girls, but I wanted to do it in a photo, but then we completely ran out of time to take photos. So I kind of wish we just opened a bottle earlier and done it that way, but never mind. But the girls have a personalized glass with their name on it, and then on the back of their ones it also said Bride Tribe. If you guys watched my hen's weekend vlog, we had little sashes. Mine said bride obviously, and the girls ones said Bride Tribe, so it matched with the hens, and then it was just a cute little personalized glass. So these I got on Facebook as well. There was a lady on Facebook who was doing personalized glasses, so paid for them, and it was $25 for mine and 3 bridesmaids. So thought it was good, and then it was gold, so it matched the theme as well. I have 2 items left to show you guys, and then I'll briefly talk through the other items that I thrifted that I no longer have. So one of the best things I think that I was able to thrift for our wedding is a guest book. So this I found in the Hobsonville Hospice. Now Hobsonville is kind of between West Auckland and the shore if you go around the back. This was $4 and it was sitting like on a really high shelf, so I really had to like reach for it to get it down. This was just super duper cute. It has got like a little bit bunged up, but we didn't really want to spend a lot on a guest book. But this one here just says, this is the keepsake of, and then we wrote Paige plus Phil, on the occasion of our wedding on this, the 23rd day of April in the year 2022. So did that, and then we just got our guests to write little messages and stuff in it. They didn't end up filling up the book, which is the only thing that I'm kind of like bummed about, but I just don't think we had enough people to fill up the entire book. And then there were people that also didn't sign it, so when those people visit us up here we need to get them to sign it. Yeah, I'm just so happy I managed to find this in the op shop. It was brand new, and it also matches the last thing that I'm about to show you guys. It's just really cute and saved us a heap of money. Okay, so this is the item that I forgot, even though it's literally just sitting like right in front of me. But I also managed to thrift this wishing well. So the lid has like come unstuck with the glue, and the sides are like coming out a little bit, but this was our wishing well. I kind of wish we got a slightly nicer one for the wedding, not gonna lie. This usually sits on the bedside table behind us, and it's so weird because I want to charity this and like pass it on, but then I'm also like, I really like the way that it looks in here, and then it just has all of our like wedding cards. When we first bought this, it was a flat pack, and it was like a really light wood color, and so I knew that the light wood wouldn't go with our theme. So I stained it this dark brown, and it matched so much better. Phil built this together, which you guys would have seen in one of my wedding vlogs. It's obviously not perfect, but we did the best that we could. Yeah, I kind of wish we'd written like Paige plus Phil up the top here or something, just to personalize it a little bit. But this was $27 from Facebook Marketplace, and again, I feel like it should have been slightly cheaper because it's not like the best quality, but you know, it's still something that we managed to thrift. And again, you can thrift wishing wells quite easy on Facebook Marketplace specifically. A lot of them you can hire as well. And then the last thing that I have to show you guys for this thrift haul is this cute little wedding memories box. So this obviously matches our guest book really nicely. They're part of the same set, but this box obviously wasn't for our wedding, it's for after. So I've just put all of our little keepsakes and stuff in here, and then I just put it in like the bottom drawer in this bedside table. It's just perfect. It fits everything that I need it to, other than my dress obviously, but I need to store that somewhere else. But yeah, it just says wedding memories on the front, and then has this cute little ribbon with these little hearts. And this one was only $3 from the Henderson Hospice shop. So yeah, sorry if I'm in a slightly different position. I just remembered there were a couple other things that I thrifted that I completely forgot to grab, so I thought I would share them with you guys now. So the first one is a Bible. So like you guys would have seen before, Phil and I did like a highlighting your favorite Bible verse for our wedding, so we obviously needed a Bible to be able to do that. So we found this one in the Salvation Army in Hastings. I believe it was free because I think all their Christian books in that op shop are free. We essentially got this, and it also didn't have like, I think it had one verse highlighted before our wedding, and other than that, like, it was pretty blank, which is great when we want people to highlight their favorite verse. And this one here looked really good because it had the gold around the outside, so it tied into our theme. But this one is just the King James version, and then it has a dictionary and a concordance as well, so it's kind of nice for us just to have like a Bible from our wedding. And then officially the last thing that I thrifted, again, is something that is kind of like for after the wedding, but it is just this photo album here. Apologies for the reflection, and if you can hear the siren in the background. I thought this would just tie into our theme really nicely. Again, it's quite like a rustic style photo album. It's gold and says wedding in calligraphy at the top there, and then it's just got room for a photo here. This is the inside, so it's super duper nice, and then it's got, yeah, all these sheets here, and it's kind of like wooden, which is really cool, and I know that our photos are gonna look stunning in these. This one originally says B&K gift wooden photo album wedding. So I'm not sure where this is originally from, but I imagine this would have been quite expensive. We need to get our wedding photos printed. It is on the list to do. This one here was $5 from one of the SPCAs on the shore. I actually don't know where it was. I'm really gutted because I really liked that op shop and I thought I knew what one it was, and then I went to that op shop and it was completely different. So that sucks. Yeah, this is super duper cute. That's everything that I actually thrifted that I still have with me. Now I'm just going to quickly read from my phone the other things that I thrifted that I obviously no longer have. I also thrifted a bride-to-be veil. You guys would have seen this in my Hens Weekend vlog, but I can overlay some footage of it now. So it's just a very classic veil that has a little rose gold bride-to-be in cursive writing. So I specifically bought this for my Hens Weekend, and I used it on my Hens Weekend whenever I went in the water. But that one I no longer have because I actually sold that, combined with a couple other things that I'm about to mention to you, to another bride who was having her Hens Weekend. So I'm super happy that was able to be passed on and get a second life. But that one I found in the Cranford Hospice shop in Hastings, and it cost me $2. So like I mentioned, I also had another long veil, which again was just a cheap one that I got for my Hens Weekend. That one was actually free off of Facebook Marketplace, and I can overlay some footage of that one now as well. So it's quite a long one, and then yeah, I kind of wore that to like when we were going out to dinners and like all that good stuff. The last thing that I kind of bought for like my Hens Weekend was the Bride and Bride Tribe sashes. So again, I showed you guys these in one of my wedding vlogs because obviously I don't have any of the sashes and my girls have their sashes still. But those sashes I actually found on Facebook Marketplace as well, and they were free. I just went and picked them up. So you can actually find sashes on Facebook. They do take a little bit to find. Last thing that I got for my hens, I completely forgot about these, was a little pack of Team Bride balloons, which again I obviously don't have anymore because we used them at my Hens Weekend and popped them after we'd used them. And those again were free from Facebook Marketplace with the long veil, my sash, and all the girls' sashes. So I also thrifted a bride and groom photo frame. I've been in one of my hauls before. It was like a white frame with like a little silver bride and groom with two little bells. We just kind of decluttered it because we found out that we didn't need it, and we got like a few frames from people for our wedding, so we just thrifted that back to the op shops essentially. But that one was just $3 from the SPCA op shop in Taranaki. So the next thing I don't have that I thrifted on Facebook is just a whole bag of pine cones. So we used these as like decor around our reception. I have enough in storage from like my Christmas stuff that I didn't really need anymore, and then I had them outside, and then I think the people that own the house just took them and recycled them or whatever. But I got like a whole bag of like 25 pine cones, I believe, for free. So that was really cool. So the next thing that I found on Facebook Marketplace that I no longer have is just a whole heap of dried oranges. So these just went on our cake. They were really good. They looked really good on the cake. My cake lady couldn't find dried oranges, so I found them on Facebook Marketplace for her. They turned out really good. I bought them in Taupo, and yeah, they'd spent a lot of time prepping them, and yeah, they were $50, so they were quite pricey, but I understand why they priced them the way they did when you kind of factor in all the like time. And then the last thing that I have for this video that I couldn't physically show you guys because I don't have it anymore is our cake topper. So I thrifted a little gold just married cake topper, which you guys would have seen again in previous wedding videos. And yeah, it said just married and had like a cute little heart. When my cake lady went to put it on the cake, it just wouldn't stay up, so we ended up swapping it out for one of her ones, and then I believe she just got rid of the one that I gave her. And essentially it was meant to be 50 cents from the op shop from the nearly new in East Auckland, but the lady just gave it to me for free. So there we go guys, that is officially everything that I have thrifted for the wedding. So I literally managed to find so much stuff. I was literally hunting Facebook Marketplace and the op shops like most weeks for wedding bits and pieces, and you definitely can find a lot of really nice pieces for like weddings from the op shops. You guys know, if you've been on my channel for a while, how much I love thrifting. I think it's a great way of like recycling and being sustainable, and especially like if you're on a budget for a wedding, like this is a great way to find a lot of really nice pieces. Yeah, I've seen so many different wedding related things in the op shops. Like you can literally pretty much find anything that you're after. You just kind of have to do a bit of digging and a bit of hunting. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to turn on the notifications and check out my social media. It's always linked down below in the description box. If you guys want to watch any more wedding videos that I filmed on my channel, I will leave the playlist down below and in the eye for you guys as well. And if you want to watch any more thrifting related videos, I will leave that playlist down below as well for you guys, because I literally have so many on my channel. I will let you guys know what my next wedding video will be in the series. So my next wedding video will be wedding tips and tricks. So I'm super duper excited to film that. I'm about to film it after this video. We're definitely coming towards the end of the wedding series now, which is very bittersweet. I feel like I've been doing the wedding series for so long, so I'm like kind of excited for it to close. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this wedding series so far and it's given you a lot of inspiration, especially if you are a new bride. I think that's everything. So I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye.